Morning, welcome to Colin's Reading Aloud Project Part 97. It's Christmas Day today, so happy Christmas wherever you are. Another 1,000 words starting now. FARCEUSES, farcy, farcical, farcicalities, farcicality, farcically, farcicalness, farcicalnesses, farcy, farcied, farcies, farcified, farcifies, farcify, farcifying, farcin, farcing, farcings, farcins, farcy, fard, fardage, fardages, farded, fardell, fardels, farden, fardens, farding, fardings, fards, fair, fairbox, fairboxes, fared, fairer, farers, fairs, farewell, farewelled, farewelling, farewells, farful, farfall, farfalls, farfalls, farfell, farfells, farfet, farfetchedness, farina, farinaceous, farinas, faring, farinha, farinhas, farinos, farinosely, farkleberries, farkleberry, fall, fall, falls, falls, farm, farmable, farmed, farmer, farmeress, farmeresses, farmerette, farmerettes, farmeries, farmers, farmery, farmhand, farmhands, farmhouse, farmhouses, farming, farmings, farmland, farmlands, farmost, farms, farmstead, farmsteads, farmwife, farmwives, farm work, farm worker, farm workers, farm works, farmyard, farmyards, farnarkle, farnarkled, farnarkling, farnarklings, farnarkles, farnesol, farnesols, farnus, farnesses, faro, farolito, farolitos, faros, farouche, farinageous, faraginus, farago, faragos, faragos, farand, farandine, farandines, farrant, fard, faran, farans, faria, farrieries, farriers, farriery, faring, farrow, farrowed, farrowing, farrows, faruca, farucas, fars, farce, farsed, farseeing, farses, farside, farsides, farsighted, farsightedly, farsightedness, farsing, fart, farted, farthel, farthels, father, farthermore, farthermore, farthermost, farther, farthest, farthingale, farthing, farthingale, farthingales, farthingland, farthinglands, farthingless, farthings, farthingsworth, farthingsworths, farting, fartleck, fartlecks, farts, fars, fasces, fasci, fascia, fasciae, fascial, fascias, fasciate, fasciated, fasciately, fasciation, fasciations, fascicle, fascicled, fascicles, fascicular, fascicularly, fasciculate, fasciculated, fasciculately, fasciculation, fasciculations, fascicule, fascicules, fasciculi, fasciculus, fasciitis, fasciitises, fascinate, fascinated, fascinatedly, fascinates, fascinating, fascinatingly, fascination, fascinations, fascinative, fascinator, fascinators, fascine, fascines, fascio, fasciola, fasciolas, fasciole, fascioles, fascioliuses, 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 fasces, fascism, fascismi, fascismo, fascisms, fascist, fascista, fascisti, fascistic, fascistically, fascists, fasciitis, fasciitises, fash, fashed, fasheries, fashery, fashes, fashing, fashion, fashionability, fashionable, fashionableness, fashionables, fashionably, fashioned, fashioner, fashioners, fashioning, fashionist, fashionista, fashionistas, fashionists, fashionmonger, fashionmongers, fashionmonging, fashions, fashiony, fascious, fasciousness, fasciousnesses, fast, fastback, fastbacks, fastball, fastballer, fastballers, fastballs, fasted, fasten, fastened, fastener, fasteners, fastening, fastenings, fastens, faster, fasters, fastest, fasty, fastidious, fastidiously, fastidiousness, fasty, fasties, fastigiate, fastigiated, fastigium, fastigiums, fasting, fastings, fastish, fastly, fastness, fastnesses, fasts, fastuous, fat, fatal, fatalism, fatalisms, fatalist, fatalistic, fatalistically, fatalists, fatalities, fatality, fatally, fatalness, fatalnesses, fatback, fatbacks, fatbird, fatbirds, fat-brained, fate, fated, fateful, fatefully, fatefulness, fatefulnesses, fates, fathead, fat-headed, fat-headedly, fat-headedness, fat-headednesses, fat-heads, father, fathered, fatherhood, fatherhoods, fathering, fatherings, fatherland, fatherlands, fatherless, fatherlessness, fatherlike, fatherliness, fatherlinesses, fatherly, fathers, fathership, fatherships, fathom, fathomable, fathomed, fathomer, fathomers, fathometer, fathometers, fathoming, fathomless, fathomlessly, fathomlessness, fathoms, fatidic, fatidical, fatidical, fatidic, fatidically, fatigabilities, fatigability, fatigable, fatigableness, fatigablenesses, fatigate, fatigated, fatigates, fatigating, fatigable, fatigableness, fatigue, fatigued, fatigueless, fatigues, fatiguing, fatiguingly, fating, fatiscences, fatiscent, fatless, fatlike, fatling, fatlings, fatly, fatness, fatnesses, fats, fat shedderers, fatsier, fatsiers, fatso, fatsos, fatsos, fatstock, fatstocks, fatted, fatten, fattenable, fattened, fattener, fatteners, fattening, fattenings, fattens, fatter, fattest, fattier, fatties, fattiest, fattily, fattiness, fattinesses, fatting, fattish, fattism, fattisms, fattist, fattists, fatrels, fatty, fatuities, fatuitous, fatuity, fatuous, fatuously, fatuousness, fatuousnesses, fatwa, fatwa, fatward, fatwaing, fatwas, fatwaing, fatwas, fatwood, fatwoods, faubourg, faubourgs, forcal, forcals, forces, faucet, faucetries, faucetry, faucets, fortion, fortions, forshon, forshons, forcial, for, falchion, falchions, falled, folds, fault, faulted, fault finder, fault finders, fault finding, fault findings, faultful, faultier, faultiest, faultily, faultiness, faultinesses, faulting, faultless, faultlessly, faultlessness, faultlessnesses, fault line, fault lines, faults, faulty, faun, fauna, faunae, faunal, faunally, fauners, faunist, faunistic, faunistically, faunists, faun-like, fauns, faunula, faunuli, faunule, faunules, for, forward, fora, forest, Faustian, foe, foed, foted, photoi, photues, photing, photor, photors, photes, fauve, fauves, fauvette, fauvets, fauvism, fauvisms, fauvist, fauvists, faux, faubourdon, faubourdons, fomance, fomances, father, fathers, fave, favel, favella, favellas, favel, favella, favellas, favels, faviolate, favour, faves, favist, favicon, favicons, favism, favisms, favonian, favour, favourable, favourableness, favourablenesses, favourably, favoured, favouredness, favourednesses, favourer, favourers, favouring, favouringly, favourite, favourites, favouritism, favouritisms, favourless, favours, favose, favour, favourable, favourableness, favourably, favoured, favouredness, favourednesses, favourer, favourers, favouring, favouringly, favourite, favourites, favouritism, favouritisms, favourless, favours, favus, favrile, favriles, favus, favusses, for, fawn, fawned, fauna, fawners, fawnier, fawniest, fawning, fawningly, fawningness, fawningnesses, fawnings, fawn-like, fawns, fawny, faws, fax, faxable, faxed, faxes, faxing, fay, fayolite, fayolites, fade, fayence, fayences, fayer, fayest, faying, feign, feigns, feigning, fair, fairs, phase, phase, phased, fazender, fazenders, fazendero, fazenderos, phases, phasing, fee, feeg, feeged, feegs, feeging, feel, field, feeling, fields, fealties, fealty, fear, fear, feared, fearer, fearers, fears, fearful, fearfuller, fearfullest, fearfully, fearfulness, fearfulnesses, fearing, fearless, fearlessly, fearlessness, fearlessnesses, fearmonger, fearmongering, fearmongerings, fearmongers, fear naught, fear noughts, fear naught, fear naught, fear noughts, fears, fearsome, fearsomely, fearsomeness, fearsomenesses, fiat, feasance, feasances, fees, feased, feeses, feasibilities, feasibility, feasible, feasibleness, feasiblenesses, feasibly, feasting, feast, feasted, feaster, feasters, feastful, feasting, feastings, feastless, feasts, feet, feated, feteus, feteously, fetor, featist, feather, featherbed, featherbedded, featherbedding, featherbeddings, featherbeds, featherbrain, featherbrained, featherbrains, feathered, featheredge, featheredged, featheredges, featheredging, featherhead, featherheaded, featherheads, featherier, featheriest, featheriness, featherinesses, feathering, featherings, featherless, featherlight, feathers, featherstitch, featherstitched, featherstitches, featherweight, featherweights, feathery, feeting, feetlier, feetliest, feetliness, feetlinesses, featly, fetus, feats, featuous, feature, featured, featureless, featurelessness, featurely, features, featurette, featurettes, featuring, fees, feased, feeses, feasing, feblesse, feblesses, febricities, febricity, febricular, febriculars, febricule, febricules, febrifaciant, febrifacients, febriferous, febrific, febrifugal, febrifuge, febrifuges, febrile, febrilities, febrility, fecal, feces, fect, fector, fectors, fecting, fects, fecial, fecials, fecit, feck, fect, feckin, fecking, feckless, fecklessly, fecklessness, fecklessnesses, feckly, fex, fecula, feculi, feculars, feculents, feculences, feculencies, feculency, feculant, fecund, fecundate, fecundated, fecundates, fecundating, fecundation, fecundations, fecundator, fecundators, fecundatory, fecundities, fecundity, federy, federes, fedei, fedeine, fedellini, fedelinis, federacies, federacy, federal, federalese, federaleses, federalization, federalizations, federalize, federalized, federalizes, federalizing, federalism, federalisms, federalist, federalistic, federalists, federalization, federalizations, federalize, federalized, federalizes, federalizing, federally, federals, federary, federaries, federary, federate, federated, federates, federating, federation, federations, federative, federatively, federator, federators, fedex, fedexed, fedexes, fedexing, fedora, fedoras, feds, fee, phoebe, feeble, feebled, feeble-minded, feeble-mindedly, feebleness, feeblenesses, feebler, feebles, feeblest, feebling, feeblish, feebly, feebs, feed, feedable, feedback, feedbacks, feedbag, feedbags, feedbox, feedboxes, feeder, feeders, feed grain, feed grains, feed hole, feed holes, feeding, feedings, feeding stuff, feeding stuffs, feedlot, feedlots, feed pipe, feed pipes, feeds, feedstock, feedstocks, feedstuff, feedstuffs, feed through, feed throughs, feed water, feed waters, feed yard, feed yards, feeing, feel, feel bad, feeler, feelers, feelus, feel good, feeling, feelingless, feelingly, feelingless, feelingness, feelingnesses, feelings, feels, fiend, fiends, fear, feared, fiery, fieries. Oh, it's crashed. I'll have to stop there and start again shortly. Okay, restarting after the crash from fiend, fiends, fear, feared, fiery, fearies, fearin, fearing, fearings, fearins, fears, fees, fees, feast, feeses, feasing, feet, feet first, feetless, fees, feased, feeses, feasing, feg, fegaries, feggery, fegs, fey, fame, fame, famic, phase, feign, feigned, feignedly, feignedness, feignednesses, feigner, feigners, feigning, feigningly, feignings, feigns, feijoa, feijoada, feijoadas, feijoas, faint, fainted, fainter, faintest, fainting, faints, fairy, fairier, fairiest, phase, phasana, feist, feistier, feistiest, feistily, feistiness, feistinesses, feists, feisty, falafel, falafels, felch, felched, felches, felching, feldgrau, feldgraus, feldchar, feldchars, feldshire, feldshires, feldshire, feldshires, feldspar, feldspars, feldspath, feldspathic, feldspathoid, feldspathoids, feldspathos, feldspaths, Felicia. And that's 1,000 for Christmas Day, so I'll stop there and see you tomorrow on Boxing Day.